Sitting in easy seated position, take a moment to get comfortable. Close down your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nostrils. We'll move straight into 3-chamber yogic breathing. With each inhalation, drawing your breath deep down into your lungs and feeling your belly rise, your chest expand, and finally your collarbones lift. And as you exhale, reversing the process and exhaling fully, feeling your collarbones fall, your chest contract, and your belly fall, and repeating. We'll continue this cycle of breathing throughout the practice. Hands in prayer pose, set your intention for the practice, and then inhaling, arms overhead, exhale, right forearm to the ground, stretching through the left side body. Exhale to neutral, inhale, arms overhead, exhaling to the left, stretching through the right side body. Making sure that with each movement from side to side that you keep those sit bones both planted firmly into the ground as they'll naturally want to come up. Exhale to neutral. Inhale, arms overhead, and again to the right. Exhale to neutral. A great stretch and toner for the back, for the spine to warm up for the rest of our yoga moves. Coming to neutral and then moving over onto hands and knees. Hands beneath shoulders, knees between hips, moving into cat and cow. So inhale, dropping the belly to the ground. Exhale, pushing through your hands, belly button to the spine. Inhale, tilting those sit bones to the sky. Exhale, arching again through your back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, tilting that tailbone under. And one last one. Inhale and exhale. Back to neutral and sitting back in child's pose. Buttocks to feet, arms outstretched. As we look to our hand, slide our chest along the ground, coming up into cobra. Exhale, pushing back down to child's pose and then up into downward dog, our resting pose. Just walking the dog out, sit bones to the ceiling, chest reaching through to the thighs. A great stretch for the whole body. Inhale and exhale deeply. As we inhale, we step to the front of the mat in Ardha Uttanasana, hands either on the mat or on your shins. Exhale, folding forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, engage your core, come all the way up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Take hold of our big toes, and as we exhale, folding forward again, either bending our knees or straightening through the legs, but making sure that the chest is in contact with the thighs. Aiming those sit bones to the sky, back straight. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, just clasp each elbow with the opposite hand and move into ragdoll, just flopping into this pose, allowing the weight of your head to draw through your spine. Once again, bending your knees if you have to. Hands to the mat. Inhale again, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, stepping back into downward dog. Inhale, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, scoop up, cobra. Exhale, pushing back down into downward dog. Inhale, look to the front of the mat, step forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, engage your core, bend your knees, come all the way up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway up. As you exhale, step the right foot back, knee to the ground, relax the top of the foot to the floor as we come up into a low lunge. Breathe deeply. Exhale, folding forward over a straight front leg. Excellent hamstring stretch. Keeping your awareness on your breath. As you inhale, coming back into a low lunge. keeping that tailbone tucked under. Hands to the mat, exhale, step back down into downward dog. Holding your breath, move into plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, stacking the hips, opening up through the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward, releasing the left knee to the ground, coming up into low lunge. Exhale, planting the left hand on the mat, opening up to the right hand side, twisting from the navel. Inhale, exhale, both hands to the mat. So we step forward into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, engaging the core all the way up. And then exhale, swan dive back down as we go through the other side. Stepping back again into a low lunge. Inhaling and exhaling. Exhale, folding forward over a straight front leg. As we inhale, coming back up to low lunge. Awareness on the breath. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back into downward dog. Plank, chaturanga, in over the toes, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, stacking the hips. Inhale, lengthening. As you exhale, stepping the left foot forward, right knee to the ground. Coming up again in low lunge. Inhale, exhale the right hand to the mat, left hand extending to the sky as we rotate through the torso. Exhale, hand to the mat, stepping forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, extending your arms. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping the right leg back, this time coming up into high lunge. Just bending that knee slightly, tilting your pelvis under, protecting that lower back, getting yourself into a good position and straightening through that leg again. Exhale, folding forward over the straight front leg. Awareness on the breath. Inhale, coming back into high lunge. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back into downward dog. Holding that breath as we move into high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, sit bones to the ceiling. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, stack the hips. Foot dorsiflexed. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward, coming up again into high lunge. Hands in prayer as we exhale, rotating to the right side, looking over the left elbow or extending those arms for a deeper stretch. Making sure you keep that back leg straight, pushing back with the heel. Come out of that pose, hands to the mat. Inhale, step forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, swan dive again as we go onto the other side. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping back with the left leg as we move into a high lunge. Again, bending that knee to get your pelvis into the right position and straightening it. Inhale. As we exhale, we fold over our front leg, straightening through that front leg for a right hamstring stretch. Inhale, back to high lunge. Awareness on the breath. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back into down dog. Holding as you move into high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, stepping back into downward dog. Inhale, that left leg up. Exhale, stacking the hips. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, stepping forward, high lunge. Bringing your hands to prayer. Exhale, rotating through the left, using your right elbow as a lever. Opening up for a deeper stretch. Gazing to your upper hand. Coming out of that pose, hands to the mat. Inhale, stepping that right foot forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, engaging your core, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping both feet back into high plank, lowering into chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Sit bones to the ceiling. As we inhale, lifting that right leg high. Exhale, stacking the hips. Inhale, extending. Exhale, stepping forward with the right foot and moving into warrior one. Back foot 45 degrees, making sure your front knee does not extend over your ankle. Tuck the tailbone under, bring awareness to your breath. As we inhale, stepping out into warrior two, just changing your alignment there, heel to arch alignment. Hips rotated to the side. Exhale, cartwheel your hands forward, stepping back into downward dog, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. As you inhale, lifting that left leg high. Exhale, stacking those hips. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, stepping forward with your left foot, back foot to 45 degrees, coming up into warrior one. Hips both rotated to the front. Awareness on the breath. As we fold out into warrior two, changing foot alignment. Shoulder blades drawn down the back. Front leg externally rotated. Inhale. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands forward, stepping back to downward dog. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, that right leg high. Exhale, stack the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping forward, coming into warrior one. Hips pointed to the front. Inhale, opening up warrior two. Front leg externally rotated. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Stretching through that right side body, left hand sliding down your back leg. Inhale, warrior two. As we exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, reach out and up as we come into triangle pose. Reaching from tail to crown and from fingertips at the ground to fingertips in the sky. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands forward, back into downward dog. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, over those toes, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, stack the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping forward. Heel to heel alignment coming up in warrior one. Hips to the front. Inhale, open up into warrior two, just shifting the heel to arch alignment this time. Hips squared to the side, shoulder blades drawn down the back. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale. And inhale, we come forward into warrior two. Exhale, that front leg straight. Inhale, reach out and up into triangle pose, tucking the left hip under, opening up through the right hip, keeping the back on the same plane as the rest of the body. Extending through the fingertips. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down, back into the downward dog. Holding your breath, high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, stacking the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping through with the right foot, this time opening up all the way into warrior two. Gazing over those front fingers. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands forward, stepping back into downward dog, this time extending the right leg high. As you exhale, coming through into fallen triangle. Inhale, stepping that leg back up again. Exhale, coming forward into three-legged plank and chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, stacking the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping forward, opening up into warrior two. We inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheeling those hands to the front of the mat. Stepping back into downward dog, 3 legs as the leg extends high. And then as you exhale, opening up into fallen triangle. Planting the hand down, inhale, extending that leg high. Forward into 3-legged plank and chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, stacking the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping forward. Warrior 2. And this time as you exhale, moving into side angle pose. Second variation is to extend your arms. Third variation is to take the bind. Gazing over your left shoulder, focusing on the breath to get us through the bind, knowing that even when we're in a bind in life, focusing on the breath can help us get through that. And coming back into warrior 2, cartwheeling your hands over, stepping back into downward dog, holding your breath, high plank, chaturanga, inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg high, exhale, stacking the hips, inhale, lengthen, exhale, stepping forward, warrior 2. So inhale and exhale, moving into side angle pose, taking whichever variation suits you. Awareness on the breath. Coming out of the bind, warrior 2, cartwheeling your hands over, stepping back into downward dog, high plank, chaturanga, inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. We look to the front of the mat, jumping forward, Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, Uttanasana, inhale all the way up, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, this time sweeping the floor with our fingertips as we come up into awkward chair pose or Utkatasana. If you need extra range of motion in your shoulders, just rotating your elbows back and then up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, extending halfway up. Exhale, planting the hands, jumping back into high push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the right leg high. Exhale, stacking the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bringing the knee to the right elbow. Inhale, high. Exhale, knee to the chin. Inhale, high. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, high. Exhale, bringing the right foot to the outside of the right hand for lizard. Coming down onto the forearms, if it's available to you. If you need to release your left knee and foot to the floor, you take whatever variation's right for you. Just bringing your awareness to your breath. A good stretch for the groin and the hip flexors. Coming out of that posture, we step back into 3-leg downward dog, and this time as we exhale, coming into pigeon, bringing the shin parallel to the front of the mat. Inhale, we look up. Exhale, folding forward over the front leg. This is a great stretch for our hips, the part of our body that stores a lot of emotional baggage. So just tune into what comes up for you when you're in this pose as you release patterns from the past. Inhale, we come out of that position, stepping back into a downward dog position, just shaking that leg out. And going through a vinyasa, moving forward into plank, lower into chaturanga, inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the left leg high, exhale, stack the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping the left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, high. Knee to the chin. Inhale, high. Knee to the right elbow. Inhale, high. As you exhale, the left foot to the outside of the left hand for lizard. Coming down onto the forearms and dropping that knee to the mat if you need to. Make sure that your left shin is perpendicular to the ground rather than flopping out. Bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale, getting ready to come out of that position, stepping back into a 3-legged downward dog. And then as we exhale, setting up for pigeon on the other side. Inhale, Looking up, exhale, folding over the front shin. Again, bringing focus to the breath, trying not to fidget too much, but finding the stillness in the pose. Inhale, come out of that pose. We step back into downward dog and just shake out the leg. Moving forward into high plank, chaturanga, inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, looking forward to the front of the mat and jumping through into a sitting position. Setting ourselves up now with our legs extended straight in front, feet dorsiflexed. Inhale, arms overhead, exhale, folding forward, reaching from the heart, tilting from the pelvis, like there's a beam of light shooting straight out in front of us from our heart center, stretching through our hamstrings, our glutes, lower back. Coming out of that, we bend our right knee over the left, tucking that left foot in next to the buttocks, right hand behind us. Inhale, arm overhead, exhale, rotating to the right for a twist. If you want a more advanced move, just straightening that left hand out and grabbing your ankle. Rotating from the belly button, looking over your right shoulder, finding stillness. Coming out of that pose, both legs extended, bending the left leg over the right, tucking that right foot next to the hips, left hand behind us. Inhale, that right elbow over the left knee, straightening the hand to grab the ankle as we move into a twist. Coming back to the center. Just coming to the middle of the mat and laying down gently, bringing the knees to the chest, hugging them in, and just making little circles to release the back. Get ready for Shavasana. Legs extended, feet hip width apart, arms by the body, hands facing upwards, and just go back into the stillness of the mind, tuning into the breath. For this resting pose, Shavasana, the most important of yogic poses, as we integrate all the asana, as we ground our energy, staying in this pose as long as you'd like. Namaste.